Alrighty guys, so we have Casper here all fluffed up, getting ready for his pet grooming station. And over here we got Michael, who's going to be doing the grooming of our dog.
Right. You want a little towel down to make him comfortable, and I like to put him up here just because it's easier to reach than on the floor. You can see he's got a lot of length around his neck. Doesn't even look like he has a neck. He's getting some knots in his armpits because he's got so much hair underneath, so that needs to be cut. You can see his ears. Got quite a bit on the ears. And definitely around his paws and his feet need to be trimmed up. So first things is I like to do the face first. And since his hair is so fine, clippers like these generally don't work too well. So he just gets a scissors cut for like 95%. The only thing I use that for is I shave the ears down a little bit. Start cutting.
Now remember, be very gentle, and sometimes if your dogs aren't really used to you doing it, keep treats by you to try to keep him in check to stay where he is.
So yeah, careful around their eyes. You have to hold them so they don't move on you and hurt themselves. But I like to go nice and close around the snout. Alright, I got mostly shaped up around the snout. Kind of try to stay even just by eyeballing the length on each side. What you want to do next is trim around the lip line and then trim it extra short just around the lips.
Otherwise that hair usually goes in the dog's mouth.
Alright, so that's the snout. Next, I like to transition down the chin and do the neckline here. So same thing, you just kind of floof it out and then take off a little length. Just try to eyeball the evenness. And you do a little bit, maybe like 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and then you just do a little more each pass. But you just want to blend the chin in with the snout. Once you get a little of the length down on their neck and kind of towards their chest, what I do, it's not going to be totally even yet. You do a lot of touch up towards the end, but then you're going to work your way around the back of their neck and underneath their ears. So just gonna pull out some hair, trim, pull out some hair, trim.
Make sure you're pulling your dog's ears back so you know where it lies, so you don't actually nip it.
I like to take out a decent amount around their neck because that's where the collar goes, and it makes it easier to put on their collars.
And so when you just clip the collar, it doesn't get the hair, because I've done that before when his hair is so long.
Right, and then you can take out quite a bit on the back of their neck here. You can see it's at least, it's like an inch and 1/4 maybe back there. I like to keep some floof on the top, obviously not this much, we're going to take some off, but we're just going to start by defining where the top of his head ends and where his neck goes. So Go
Okay.
from under his ear, where we just were, along the back of his neck.
Again, when you're getting closer to the sides of his face, make sure that you know you're aware where his ears start and end. Luckily for us, Casper's been through this quite a few times. He's starting to get used to it.
Yeah, the scissors don't really bother him. So basically, just going to where his collar would lie is a good baseline. So that's pretty good. You can see just kind of went straight across there. The next step is kind of trimming up along the side of his head. You have to be real careful to hold them steady so they don't move and you get your eye. Just in front of their ear here. See, there's a lot of length. It's kind of up to you what you want to do at the top of their head. A lot of them will leave in these poodle breeds some kind of little floof. So I'm just brushing it to get it all evenly distributed here. And then I'm just gonna cut the length down a little bit here.
You do probably a little more. Oh yeah, good side angle, Casper. You gotta work the camera, huh?
So I just kind of hold it like a mohawk, I suppose.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's probably good.
And then you trim the front.
So you try not to get in his eyes.
Kind of like so. And then the back, you just want to trim this down so it matches his neck. Which leads to the next thing to do. It's going to be his ears. That's good enough for now. I'm going to trim that up later, but looks a little messy now, but it'll get there. Just going to brush out his ears. See how much length is there. I'm going to try to use we're just going to trim it first around the outside with the scissors, so get it all brushed flat. And then come in with the scissors. And for this cut, I'm just going to go 1/4 inch on the outside of the ears.
That's pretty good.
Just going to pull out with your fingers to see where the jaggedy parts are. I'm going to go in with the buzzer and trim it. This is a dog. It's for dogs. It's supposed to be quieter, but there's a 1/4 inch guard on there. Just go against the grain. Sometimes you might need to use 2 people, one to hold his head, and then you can hold his ear.
And their ears are a delicate part, so you gotta be careful with them.
Alright, I'm gonna have Lacey hold him so I can finish up. So after shaving down, it's nice and velvety smooth on the top, but as you can see, it kind of got the edge a bit. So we're just going to make things even and cut it down. He's going to have short hair on his ears, but that actually doesn't look bad at all. Alright, his head's all trimmed up and his neck. So that was the hardest part and takes the longest. The rest, you just fluff it up and just start trimming it however short you want it. Take a little bit off at a time. Just kind of eyeball the evenness. It's not that difficult to get everything even, and it'll look better after you take a bath. But I'm just going to go down, trim up his body, his legs. So you can kind of pull out with your fingers in some spots. Got his body trimmed up, and then I went along his legs. You want to get fairly close, cut on the legs just for things like mud, makes them easier to clean. And the trick with these, you don't want to clip parallel to the leg, it'll get uneven. You want to go
downwards.
Parallel to the leg, not perpendicular. So just the different straight sections, you do like straight here, and then you have someone help hold him so you can get underneath the paw. I haven't done that yet, but you want to clean out all the hair on the bottom of their paw, that way stuff, dirt and stuff doesn't get stuck on there. But he's mostly done. We're just going to trim the bottom of his paws, and then somebody hold him up, and then we just trim up his belly, get that nice and short for him, and then he'll be all set to go.
Good boy.
Also, I suppose we haven't done his tail. That's pretty straightforward.
You, at least for dogs that have longer tails, you just want at least the first part of the tail towards his butt to be short, so it doesn't stick when they poop. But you can keep towards the end a little longer if you want. But be careful, because the dogs will shake and get all over you, like so. So I'm gonna do his bottom half now. Wow, big shake. Let's get it dried off, huh? He just kind of fights with the towel sometimes.
Casper, come here.
Casper, come here.